All right, so you are looking live at Claude Code, and what I want to demo here is our Radius EVMAuth-MCP server working in tandem with our Radius MCP SDK to basically token gate or monetize access to MCP tools, resources, prompts. What we're going to show today is successful token gating and then Claude Code autonomous access to this token gated MCP tool. So let's just dive in here. Let's look at what MCP servers I've installed in Claude Code, Radius EVM auth server, and this timestamp one. Let's look at timestamp first. So my goal with this server was to make it as simple as possible. It exposes one tool, and all that tool does is get the current timestamp in various formats. The important thing to note here isn't the logic behind this incredibly simple tool. It's the fact that it's token gated by EVMAuth, so it can only be accessed by agents that prove they own the correct token in order to unlock access to this tool. And briefly, why are we building this? So we really respect and appreciate all of the builders across the MCP ecosystem. And we believe that in order for this ecosystem to continue growing and flourishing, that at some point there's going to need to be a seamless way for MCP server builders to gate access to the tools, resources, and prompts that they're building and iterating upon, and to begin monetizing at micropayment price levels access to those tools, resources, and prompts. We believe the MCP protocol can move more towards an ecosystem and even an economy if the builders are fairly compensated for what they're building and therefore motivated to build more and improve upon what they've built. And then the consumers, the MCP clients, will have this growing rich ecosystem of really powerful and continually improving tools, resources, and prompts that they can leverage in their agentic workflows. So let's back out of this and look at our Radius EVMAuth server. This is also simple by design. We only want to expose what MCP clients, in this case Claude Code, need to autonomously navigate this flow. Now this get wallet info is more of a human user-centric tool, and this is just so I can say, for example, hey, Claude Code, the wallet that you have access to, what is its allowance? In other words, what balance do you currently hold? What tokens do you already own? What chain are you currently operating on? What is your address? Now, authenticate and purchase is more targeted at MCP clients such as Claude Code, and basically allowing or empowering them to autonomously navigate this token gated flow so they can check access, purchase tokens, prove wallet ownership through secure signatures, and then pass those secure signatures back to the token gated tools like get timestamp that we looked at a minute ago and unlock access to them in a secure fashion. So enough of setting the table here. Let's just dive in and start testing some of this stuff out. So first of all, hey Claude Code, what can you tell me about my wallet? Before we fire this off, just let me be clear about what I mean by my wallet. So with what we've built, when you successfully complete OAuth into an MCP client, in this case Claude Code, what happens is we securely generate a wallet associated with that OAuth instance. So now, for example, me logged in through OAuth on Google into Claude Code, there is now a persisted secure wallet that's attached to this instance of Claude Code for me. And what that allows me to do is provide the agent an allowance in that wallet of what they can spend, and then they can autonomously go off within my limits and autonomously purchase access to these tools as they see fit. Now, I know a lot of folks are going to be rightfully nervous about this kind of flow, the idea of an agent owning a wallet. And let me kind of clear that up a little bit, some of those concerns. Your agent will never have access to your personal EVM wallets. It simply has limited access through our secure MCP server to a wallet that it can manage, and you, as the human user, can grant it an allowance. And in the future, you'll also be able to set things like per day, per hour, per month, even per transaction limits. So for example, I can say, if an attempted transaction is ever going to exceed 50 cents, then you must leverage MCP's elicitation feature to ask me to confirm or deny that transaction. And for me, feeling comfortable with this flow, anything below 50 cents, I'm going to allow Claude Code to just autonomously make those decisions and make those purchases in order to keep these agentic flows moving and autonomous and not like blocked by human interaction. But again, based on your own comfort level, we are going to give you features where you can set those limits appropriately. All right, enough of listening to me talk. Let's see what Claude Code has to say about this wallet that it has access to and can manage. All right, so we're going to get back. It looks like wallet address. Yep. Balance just under 2 USD worth. Again, we aim to operate at the micropayment price level. So you're not most likely going to be giving your agent an allowance of like $10, $100, $1,000. I gave it a couple dollars, and at micropayment, like few pennies, even sub-penny price points, that is plenty to begin testing these flows. This is operating on Radius Testnet and will be for the next several months. So get creative and test this out. These are all test funds. This is not real money until we feel confident and go to mainnet later this year, most likely. In own tokens, this is very important for the flow I'm demoing here. This agent owns token number 1, which we're going to see shortly is the token that unlocks access to that get timestamp tool. And let's just kick this off, actually. So I think I had a previous message. Yes. Get the current timestamp in all available formats, and then add these timestamps to test.md. So before I hit enter, what we should see is that Claude Code intelligently recognizes it has access to a get timestamp tool, tries to call it, predictably gets an error back. This error is very much structured, and it instructs Claude Code to call authenticate and purchase on our Radius MCP server, pass in the correct arguments. And what that tool does is checks that the correct token or tokens are already owned. If not, it can make purchasing decisions and purchase them. And then at the end of this tool call, it signs what we're calling a proof. And this is a signature that's then passed back to the get timestamp tool to cryptographically securely prove, hey, this agent has proven ownership of this wallet and has proven that they own this token or these required tokens. If everything looks good cryptographically and you can verify this, give them access to this tool. They have quote unquote unlocked access to this premium tool. So let's kick this off and see how it works. What we should see at the end of this flow is these test files populated up above with the current timestamps. So sure enough, called get timestamp, got back the error. In our case, seeing this error is good. It proves that our flow is working. And again, it correctly called authenticate and purchase, passed in the required arguments. What we should see now is that now that it's calling get timestamp a second time, but providing a valid signature, it should unlock access to this tool, get us the current timestamp, and then use that information that it now has in its context to update this test.md file with the current timestamp information. Again, this part, like what you're seeing up here, isn't even the interesting part of the flow, but it works. Like, it was able to leverage that quote-unquote premium tool through our token gating flow, and as you saw here, fully autonomously. I, as a human user, didn't need to do anything here. It called the correct tool, processed the error correctly, called our authenticate and purchase tool, created the correct signature, passed that signature up to the EVMAuth-protected tool, unlocked access, and used it. So what I'm hoping people are inspired by or curious about here is, okay, let's throw away this get timestamp example. Let's start thinking about things like a really comprehensive pull request reviewer tool, or a really solid security audit tool. And you can let your mind run wild here inside and outside of programming environments like Claude Code. Again, any OAuth capable MCP client will fully support this from day one. We will release all of this to the public in about a week or so after this video is being recorded so that you can start playing with this on our testnet. But start getting creative and thinking about what tools, resources, prompts you would really love to spend time building and iterating upon in monetizing. Like, we really believe this ecosystem will explode even further than the MCP ecosystem already has exploded once there are financial benefits for the builders to continue building and iterating. We see it as a flywheel where MCP can become this rich ecosystem and even economy where AI agents in the future down the road can autonomously discover, make purchasing decisions, purchase access, and then leverage that access to all of these incredible tools that we are already using in our day-to-day workflows. So yeah, that's what I wanted to demo here. Reach out to me through LinkedIn, YouTube comments, GitHub, wherever you can find me online. I'm easy to find, with your ideas, with your questions, with your concerns about this flow. We are really excited about this at Radius, and we really want to get this into the hands of builders, both MCP server builders, AI agent builders, and the consumers and users of these AI agents. We believe that this can help solve some context engineering problems that are becoming kind of popular to talk about and dissect in this space. We personally believe while humans need to understand the importance of context engineering, that flows like this that empower agentic AI to basically grab up-to-date context and grab access to premium, powerful tools, resources, and prompts fully autonomously is the way forward in this ecosystem. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to hearing about your ideas, your questions, and your concerns about these flows, and we will continue building here at Radius. Thanks.